So the video got cut. Okay, I'm gonna record part 3. I'm gonna record 2 videos this morning. So I turned around and I looked at all these people in China, public church. I'm not kidding. So full. It's not like America. This is really a joke for American church, because American churches are empty. Lots of empty seats. Empty. In China, do you know what is like that? Even in 2018, we got so many services at weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and people are waiting outside. It's always full. And you have to, seriously, even the side hall, outside full. So you have to get to the church half an hour before the sermon, before the worship starts, or 1 hour before that if you want to get a better seat. So when I looked back, full, so many people, they were staring at me. And I'm telling them, I'm going to go to America because the Lord wants me to make Christian movies. Do you know their expressions, their look? They felt joyful, They felt happy. They were so happy to hear that. And you see their eyes. They got hope. Because they saw something, the Lord wants to bless them. But I want to criticize America. After I came to America, I told, these American Christians about these Christian movies, even the pastors. No expression. I'll talk about that later on. But in China, they want these things so badly. People don't even think about, fame, money. No, they just want something beautiful to happen in China to save these Christians, to help them, to save more souls, Because these people, even they're in public church, they know the truth. That's why they got baptized. I felt very touched when I looked at them. So I talked a lot, but I couldn't say a lot because that was a public church. And after I finished that, I know my mom got so scared. That night, I came back home, she told me, I'm so scared you couldn't leave China. I'm so scared you're gonna be arrested because you said something, related to politics. Of course, Christian movies will influence politics. And she got so scared. I was not scared. I just want to say whatever I feel like I need to say. That's my character. So, for other stories about things happening in China, if I can remember, if I feel I need to say, I'll tell later. But now I want to jump to the American part. I got baptized in China, and now now it's time for me to go to America. So 2018 September 26th, I came to America, California. I didn't, really understand, the whole process about applying for language school, how to keep staying in America, visa thing, these type of things, I just do whatever they told me. Because maybe because I grew up in an environment and people are providing me protection. So I didn't really, have that great sense of being, risky. Like if you feel danger and we will prepare everything. You will be super cautious of this, that. At that time, I was not like that, because I think I grew up in a good environment. And yeah, I had troubles, but not that huge. I mean, I still could overcome, and I didn't really need to worry, for too many material things. But after coming to America, things are different. And I started to know, well, the visa actually could let me stay here for only 2 to 4 months, not long. And that school, the movie school, couldn't provide me the visa, so that's why I'm in a language school, because I didn't understand everything clearly, at that time. I just knew I could come here. That's it. And hopefully, I could make my books to be movies. Okay, something I forgot to tell you. After I became a Christian, my 3 novels, they were secular novels. Romantic love stories. But after I became a Christian, I felt strongly, from the Lord, I should make these novels to be Christian novels. That's why, I talk about this in that public church. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. So, I started to rewrite these novels, and there were some other supernatural things happened, while I was in China because of rewriting my novels. And right now I have 10 books finished, but at that time it's only 3 books. And 2 books are Christian novels right now, published already. But one is still not a Christian novel, because I don't feel the Lord wants me to put that one into a Christian novel, but that one had something about God deeply inside of the book. I do believe, it's a complicated thing. I may talk about this in another video. So I have 3 stories. And then after I came to America, I went to the language school. And I studied English harder, more, than before. That was a good environment, Every morning you woke up super early and went to the school. Everything's not convenient because I didn't have a car. And first time I was doing renting. It's really not what I thought. And just many things happened. But I'll talk about them later. So I went to that school and I started to learn English more. And these teachers, they told me, Suilin, how about you translate your novels into English by yourself? I thought that was a crazy idea, and I didn't want to do it. I seriously didn't want to do it. My first book is 100,000 Chinese letters. The second one at that time is let me see how many words. It's like 18,000 letters. I can't remember the things clearly because 5 or 600, no, 50,000. I think 50,000 letters. Right now that book is 80,000 letters after rewriting that book. And the third one right now is 1,400,000 letters. But before rewriting these books, they were already full of words. And I think that's a exhausted work, for me to translate all these things. But meanwhile, I also felt I should do it. I felt the Lord wanted me to do it. I did feel so clearly. So I later did it. I really translated one book into English. I'll tell you later. Sometimes you don't want to do something because it's not your will, but if it is God's will, then you have to do it. Because that's the meaning why you are still alive on earth. You have to shine brightly, as light, as salt. You should serve the Lord. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And when I was studying in that school, now I'm telling you how the Lord how the Lord keeps me staying in America. While I was studying in that school, I also went to that so-called movie school. That's not really a school. I don't think it's even registered. It's just in a very little small office, that guy had in California. And we had only 3 students. I can't believe it. Only 3 students, including me. And the other one is a male guy. A male. He is from Beijing, around 50. And he couldn't speak any English. No English at all. So, after 1 week staying in California, he said, I want a refund. I want to go back to China. It's just impossible for him to survive here. Because these people, they cannot speak English and they love these luxuries life, in China. And in California, it's a luxury state, but most of the time it's like a big farm, It's not like, so many tall buildings, luxury shopping malls. It's not that style, And there's another student. She believes in Buddha. And she is also from Beijing, graduated in a famous movie school. And she could speak a little bit English, not perfect English, but just a little bit, And the problem started to happen. I believe in Jesus. And she believed in, I think she still believes in Buddha. Yeah, because that's their background, family background. So when the 2 different spirits are staying in one room under a roof, there are conflicts for sure. That's warfare, supernatural, the spiritual warfare, these supernatural things, they're happening. So she started to hate me so much. The hate, I think, is not from this person, it's from the spirit behind this person, So one day, eventually, she yelled at me with super loud voice. She just couldn't control herself. She couldn't control herself. The peace was broken, And she yelled at me before that guy, who opened that school, so-called movie school. So I told that man, now I'm gonna quit. I no longer want to stay in your school. Not because of you, it's because of her. But, God is so amazing. God was using that situation to deliver me. Because I didn't doubt that man. until that moment, all of these things happened. And I have friends in China. They did some investigation for me. They even called the school, asking about the guy. There are so many things, happening. I just learned, from the outside world, that man is a fake one. The movie school never exists. And then this happened. The yelling thing happened. It's a perfect timing for me to get out of the situation. So I made my decisions. I prayed to the Lord. I made my decision. I should leave that guy, forever. I want my refund. And I was studying in that language school. I told the teachers there, and they were willing to help me. That's really a big blessing from the Lord. And now it's time for me, to think how to get my refund back and how to apply for another school after 2 months studying in that language school, Either go back to China or stay here. I don't know. I'll just let the Lord guide me. So about this refund part, everyone said it's impossible for you to get a refund, the number you requested. No one said it's possible. And I had faith, but I didn't think that's just so easy, Because that man didn't want to refund a lot, just a little part. But I want a big part of refund. So I prayed to the Lord, just keep praying. And not really hopeful, not hopeless, because I was still a baby Christian, I was still experiencing how the Lord can deliver me, But I had faith, a little faith, but I had faith. I just, prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, I need that money, to survive here. And I don't want that man to, to eat all my money, to devour all my money, So I prayed to the Lord. And this is what happened. When everyone said, that's impossible, my God is a God of impossible. One day, seriously, I received an email and I checked my bank account. I saw that refund coming in. The exact number I requested. It's not a joke. It's true, So he refunded the money I requested. The Lord let that thing happen. And I knew my God is so real. Because think about this. Someone you never signed contract, they never signed contract with, and you came to America alone, and he took this big money, and you were asking this guy to return the money. Even if you called police, it couldn't happen. But God let this happen. And let me tell you how the Lord blessed me with a school to keep me staying in America. I came to a church, a Chinese church. I didn't know the church. I met a Christian in China after I told everyone publicly about a Christian movie. This is how the Lord blessed me. Speaking for him publicly. One brother came to me after that and he said, I came back from California and now you're going there. I want to introduce you to a church where I used to go. And here's their contact information. The place where I was living at that time in California, and the school and the church, they were so close. Unbelievable. The Lord made these things happen in this way. So I went to that church. I didn't have a car, but they sent someone to pick me up. So I went to that church, to a group, of course, full of Chinese, who speak Chinese. It's not an English church. and I met another brother, much older than me. And he asked me, Suilin, do you like singing? I said, yes, I like singing. And he said, I'm going to bring you to a group, and we're going to sing together, practice singing. So I went there. It's just so unbelievable because that day, while he was driving, I remember I was looking at the sky. It's sunset, and I saw a cross. We both saw a cross. Look, that's cloud, that's God's light, and that shape was like a cross. We saw that. And when we get there, we got there, and I met another guy. He said he's a Christian. I don't know if these people are true Christian or fake Christian. I just knew, they told me they were Christian. Anyway, the Lord can use anyone to bless you. And that guy, we were talking. I mean, after a few times going there, we started to talk, and he asked me, do you want to stay in America? I said, yes, because I feel I need to finish the Christian movies, I think I should finish them. So I think the only place to do it is America, because in China, I cannot do it. And he said, I'm going to introduce you to a school, and you can apply to that school, and you can study music in that school. Bachelor degree or master degree. I said master degree because I got my bachelor degree, already. And he said, then you need to prepare this, that, and I'll help you. And interesting thing is, the school, they don't need me to provide any language tests, like TOEFL tests, and these, what is that? What is the name of the test? I mean, any things that usually, because usually when you are in China, you want to apply for an American school, for your master's degree, you should prepare lots of, scores of these tests. I don't have any of them, none of them. And that school, they don't need any of them. But that's a real school. That's a Christian school, real school. It's founded by a Korean pastor many years ago in California. It's not famous in China, but the Lord, led that school to bless me. So I applied for that school. And it's just everything, works so smoothly, just perfect for me at that time. Everything just goes so well. And I got accepted by the school in a major of music, master degree, and my bachelor degree is journalism. It's nothing related to music, and they didn't care. They just let me go there, study. And they have good courses, worship, leading worship, and songwriting, music history, all of these things, and the tuition fee, because usually for these famous schools, they're so expensive, but that school, the price is reasonable, not low, but reasonable, I mean. So that's how, the Lord was using all these people around me to keep me staying in America with no difficulty, seriously, because that's not my will. To keep staying here, keep renting, keep living in a strange country, that's not my will. but it's His will because of the Christian movies I had to finish. So today I'm gonna finish the recording. So I'm gonna record part 4 next time about another important audible voice from God regarding the Christian movies. I did hear something. Okay, see you next time. God bless you. Bye bye.